It's Life FM, Maz for the drive home on this Monday afternoon and joined by the guys from Dornford Building Group.
Maz for the drive home, building for life.
Jake and Nico from Dornford are here. How are you guys going?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
That's
the dream.
good.
Yeah.
Living the dream, I love it.
That is it.
We're talking building, of course, and you can always text in your questions 0430 25 1079 for Jake and Nico, who would love to answer them for you in the studio. Nico, what are we talking about today?
Today we'll talk about understanding the building timeline. So we'll go through everything from start to finish, from contract to handover, looking at some of the key stages of a standard residential build, but then also things like what can delay the process, how to stay informed, how to keep your project on track. So we'll go through all of that to keep people informed.
A bit of an overview of what the process looks like for anyone who, like me, hasn't done it before. And even if you have done it before, maybe what it should look like.
So a very quick overview. And what we've decided is to go sort of similar to a contract and the payment stages. So then we can sort of explain it through. But everything starts with pre-construction. That is the designs of the home, so your concept designs, planning drawings, working drawings, and getting that all through council.
Yep.
A lot of paperwork.
Yep. I'd say that's the first stage.
Which is something you help with. Like the client isn't just left on their own to do all of that. Like they can come to you and help.
A design and construct builder will do everything for you.
Yep. Perfect.
And if they say they're design and construct and not doing that, go find a design and construct builder.
Yeah, awesome.
And if they can't explain all this better than you're hearing it now, go find someone else too.
Okay.
We've got a short time limit here.
Yeah, exactly.
So then the next stage is obviously signing contracts, but then the first building stage is dig out and slab, and that would be generally your first payment.
Yep.
And what that is just you're digging all the dirt out of the ground, out of the site, putting steel, putting concrete in, bang your slabs down. Generally, the builder's going to take the payment from there. Yep. The next sort of stage is framing. So that's when all your timber framing or steel framing will go up. And normally when the builder asks for the payment would be if you drive past site and you can see a fully framed home, you know the frame stage is done.
Yeah. If you've got any questions about framing or, I guess, progress payment specifically, we did do a segment on that. So
we did.
Cool.
Yep.
Something that you can listen to.
And then after framing, the next sort of big stage is lock-up. So that's when you go to your property and every builder says, don't go to site. You're not allowed on site because you're going to hurt yourself. And this is when you can't actually get into your house because every client goes to site. We all know this. But this is when you can't actually access the home.
Despite the warnings.
This is the builder's favourite time because they can't actually get in and do anything. So lock-up stage is windows, doors, cladding, roofing. Your eaves are in, and it normally looks like a proper house.
Basically,
waterproof. Past. Yeah, waterproof as well.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and then they'll bill a certain amount for there, and then the next stage after that is all your fixing stages. So your insulation will go in, your first fix electrical, your first fix plumbing, your aircon pipes will all be ran or you duct in through the ceiling, and then your plasterboard will go on. And that's normally what we call as a fixing stage. And then the next stage is sort of practical completion, and that is when your kitchen's in, your floor, it's actually, you could practically live in it.
Yeah.
That is practical completion. So that's all your tiles, your baths, your second fix tapware, and your showers, and your kitchens, and it's a home.
And
that's pretty much start putting your furniture and things in. Yeah.
Well, that's generally when you do a walkthrough with the builder. You identify any defects, and then they've got generally about 2-3 weeks to fix all those defects, and then it's the handover.
Yeah,
that's when you move in, you get your little package. It's all very exciting. You get your keys handed to you.
Yeah, nice.
Then you go.
The photos taken, all of that, the selfies. Yeah.
Practical completion will be built out though before the handover is done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the handover is that nice. Everyone's got cameras out, taking videos and filming, and like Nico said, there's normally gifts there.
The money's cleared in the bank. Everyone's happy.
Yeah,
everyone's.
Correct.
Yep. Okay. I mean, if it was me, I would probably feel a bit overwhelmed walking through with the builder for the first couple of minutes or so. Obviously, you've got to just get out of that, though. You've got to snap yourself out of it, because if you do see things that are wrong, and you've got a good relationship with your builder by this point, hopefully, you have to just be honest and say, I'm not happy with this.
Yeah,
correct.
100%.
To be honest, if it's a custom builder and they're taking you through your home, they're also a little bit nervous because they're like, what haven't I seen?
Yeah.
So, it's a very fun time, and what we normally do as our building company, we actually do a walkthrough 2 weeks before handover. So when you're actually at handover, like Nico said, at practical completion, we take them through a walkthrough, and that is where we're like, cool, can you see anything that you're not happy with? And then when handover is done, everything's been completed for them. So that is purely just a time to
Enjoy it.
fun and
Enjoy it.
celebrate
Yeah.
and build.
And then you've
Yeah.
also got your maintenance period. So any good builder should have a maintenance period, normally about 6 months, 12 months, where you can pick up defects as you're living in the home and say, hey, look, I missed this, but can we please get this fixed?
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Which is good because I imagine as well, you're not going to necessarily pick up on things just from walking through. You have to live in the house for maybe a few weeks to a month or two.
Now, you do have to be careful of that because some builders might not.
Okay.
So you want to pick it up.
Just have a chat with your builder, see what their process is, and like everything that we sort of say throughout it, build that relationship, make sure you feel comfortable asking those questions and that you get responses even early that, don't shut you down or evasive, that sort of thing.
Where it comes back to it being so important that you've got that good relationship with your builder. So that is from all the chats that we've had so far, we've had about 15 of these chats so far this year.
Keeps popping up.
It is so important to just make sure that from the get-go you've got a good relationship with your builder and you have that trust and you feel like you're talking to a friend. I think that's so important. And if you don't feel that way at the start of the process, find someone else before you get too far.
100%.
far in.
I know we're sort of strapped on time, but I'm just going to rattle off a few things to make sure anyone considering building. One thing that we see a lot is delays and what can we actually expect with delays. So one thing that's sort of happens on most builds is weather, especially if you're building in winter. Once you've hit that lock-up stage, there's a lot less chance for you to actually be delayed by weather. But until your roof's on, that's something that does impact it quite a bit. Because once you move one trade, then you have to move everyone else who's in the queue.
Right.
And that has sort of a flow-on effect. So that's something that people should just be aware of. If you're going to start building, probably start it in summer or, a season that there's not a lot of rain forecast. Council delays, that's something that we've spoken about, bits and pieces here or there, but council can delay your project a bit, so that sort of blows it out. But then if you've got things like COVID that come along and they disrupt supply chains, but how can you plan for that?
No one can, we can't, know if that's going to happen. But
I think the main thing is try to stay informed, and basically by being informed, having that relationship, you stay on track.
Yeah. Good advice. I'm learning a lot in this segment, and I hope you at home are as well. And, if you've got a question for Jake and Nico, I was going to say a question for us, but I'm not really answering. I'm definitely not answering any of the questions.
You just ask it.
I just ask the questions. I do not answer them. Text through 0430 25 1079. Jake and Nico from Dornford Building Group will be able to answer your questions.